Mphato Mkweli. Tihlobo emaswati lokwathi ngalesikhathi lesemnyakeni lophelile abulawa kabuhlungu letikhona la naletisekhaya. Our South African comrades labaphuma ku-Rural Women Assembly South African Chapter. Comrade Mandla Ajwa Usihlalo welethu sonke. Comrade Thulane Maseko Sihlalo we-MSF. Comrade Bongane Masuku, the longest serving president of Swayoko. Comrade Shedeshe, I am making a special mention of you, Comrade Shedeshe, because when we were young and impatient, you insisted on teaching us the correct politics. Lenda belula kuphendvula lo mbuto welisekela nombala we-SAF year. Lo ukuthi why the song Senzeni Na is as relevant today as it was relevant then. Because you taught us the politics that we were fighting a system, we were fighting a crime, a system that we couldn't mend, that we must only fight to end, that we must end now and end for all time. The system of capitalism, the system of exploitation. A system that does not know a color line. Because when you understand those politics, you understand that it doesn't matter the color of the one who's driving that machinery that exploit. The questions that you are asking them are as relevant as you must ask now. The Deputy President of the Economic Freedom Fighters, Eswatini, and the Chairperson and your entire delegation, the President of SPLM here, the leadership of SNAS, as led by the Deputy President of SNAS, Comrade Philip, the leadership of Swayoko, as led by the President, Comrade Zakila Uviva, the leadership of PUDEMO, as led by the Deputy President, Comrade Zondo Mkatazi Mkhoda, Nanonga Matabane Sanbona. My comrades was to come and thank you for giving dignity to la maswati la Bulawa emnyakeni lophelile nalasathutshelwa neBulawa manje. As each of you were lighting up the candle, I couldn't help it, Comrade Mandla, I got emotional. Because the true story of the victims of the Eswatini massacre is yet to be told. Siyabonga Comrade Thulane, the MSF led a program together with Swavisa, where we visited all 4 regions of our country. We had an opportunity to sit and listen to the survivors, to the family and friends of those who perished. Exactly what there was no way you wouldn't cry as you were listening. More often when the story of these people is told, they are all branded as the so-called protesters or looters. A significant number of the people who perished had gone to the shop to buy paraffin, some to buy airtime, some were just coming back from work. I can't agree with you more, boss, because when we sing and say, "Licala na bolenzi," it is because we know that in Swazi's police and soldiers went out to indiscriminately shoot at anyone who was on the street. Msimis Mkwanazi died literally 10 meters away from his homestead, where he was merely standing with his friends along the road. His skull was shattered. If we were to show the images of how he looked when we buried him and how he was when he was still alive as a university student, you will swear that was not the person who had buried. So the people who are remembering here were innocent Swazis whose only crime was that they were standing on the Swazi soil. So when you say Mahayise, Mswati does not understand that the country does not belong to him, but it belongs to Emaswati as a whole. I get what we're talking to, because there are people who paid with their lives for me and being in Swaziland and being a Maswati. So when we approach whatever issues, be it dialogue or anything else, let us remember these martyrs. We were listening and watching to a story of a survivor who was coming back from work and having been shot. A good Samaritan and another fellow Swazi, after picking him up, bleeding profusely as he was, and rushed him to hospital only to be met by 8 soldiers who were standing outside the Lobamba clinic, who do not only verbally abuse the good Samaritan, but further assaulted the bleeding Swazi, asking him why he is not dying. We know that there are many Swazis who are still too traumatized to come out, who are walking with bullets still locked in their bodies. We know that the 3 young people of Honel are not yet strong enough to share with you their trauma when they were made ukuthi basuse umlilo wemathayilo ovutha ngentandla. We know that the 7 young Swazis who were trapped at Brewer, who were tortured the entire night and forced to eat their own feces, are not yet strong enough to come out so that you know who they are. They requested us that their identities be only for now confined to those of us who have had the privilege to interact with them. So we know what we are commemorating today. This is a living indictment to those of us who are still alive, that there is no price high enough that we can pay to show our gratitude to these fellow compatriots. I want to thank you. You have been here. This place is cold. This place was a prison for women. Siyabonga to the organizers. There would not have been a more befitting venue than this one. This is a reminder of what our late President Mario Masuku was subjected to for cumulatively 7 years without a single conviction, being moved from one prison to another. This is a reminder of what Comrade Batlede Mabos continued to be subjected to. This is a reminder of what Comrade Mtandeni Dube continued to be subjected to. A very cold, long place like this one. This place is cold. Prison is cold. But we know that prison is not just the 4 walls that Mtandeni and Batlede are confined to. We live in one open prison called the Swaziland, where every time when you cough, your small prayer is that let this not develop to a serious flu, because I may not survive it, because there is no medication in hospitals. We brought ourselves here to remind ourselves, but most important, to re-energize ourselves that we don't have anything to lose anymore but our chains. This struggle, comrades, has passed the stage of menace. The system is showing no empathy once they lay their hands on you. We are not dealing with a civilized regime. We are dealing with barbarians who will not hesitate to violate their own imposed laws on us as long as they get what they want. Let us refuse to be blackmailed. This system is good at blackmailing us to adhere to things that they are not willing to favor us with. We want to say to you, comrades, and to all Swazis listening at home, the royal family doesn't care about you. Make no mistake, the royal family doesn't care about you. Mswati doesn't care about Swazis. He doesn't care about the police that are dying. The same way he doesn't care about the soldiers whose properties are being burned trying to defend. Mswati doesn't care about the correctional service warders, who some of them entreat a Maswati. But we are right, Comrade Man. The Swazis have left Mswati. The political stay away by our people, despite the system doing anything to intimidate them, was an unmistakable sign that our people have left this regime. We are going to say this here. Some of us are still able to stand here and talk to you. because of some Swazis. Though they still happen to work in the security forces of SWAT, who were able to advise to say, this monster is going to kill you. Please, please, do what is necessary. This monster is going to kill you. We can't, therefore, comrades, afford to be the ones who take a Maswati back to Egypt when they've decided they want to leave Egypt. We have no intention to force anyone to do something that we feel needs to be done. But it will be the biggest crime if we remain quiet, even when we think our people are being sold and done. Taking the Maswati to Diguna nation will be tantamount to taking them to Egypt, where they've said they want to live. We cannot, in good conscience, keep quiet when there are some who think that we must be seen to be agreeing with anything that Mswati is saying. We always say, Mswati nakatsama Swati ashale pass. Ours is to tell them to stand up. Nagatsa again, ours is to tell them to sit up. Because we are teaching Swazis that as part of recovering their dignity is to learn to stand up against royal supremacy. We want to say to you, comrade Zolat, welcome to the land of the proscribed. We are playing a course. Now I put them way up here. Comrade Shedesh, we must get the footage of that press conference in Barnabas, in 2008, when he was prescribing to them, when he was saying, even as a in the collective memory of the civil Maswat, who were better to know what look at PUDEMO today. So, it may be that 10 years from now, the only news platform the Maswat Nagawati the so-called terrorist entity today. What was Jacob Zuma, former president of South Africa? If you want to know who are those who give a repressive regime sleepless nights, look at those that it proscribes and criminalizes. We are coming with regime too. Where is badge with honor, Shamin? It is though we must tell you, because we are not going to mislead you, it is not without consequences. There may be some of your sponsors today who will start saying, dynamics, stay strong. Of staying strong is worth it. I want to say, comrades, to all of you who have taken up time to come here, we have no doubt that Lalele Kona Maswat, Lalele Kona Comrade Amos Mbezi, who dedicated 14 years of his remaining life on earth to your cause. Lalele Kona Comrade Jackie Governor, who dedicated his precious possession life to you. Lalele Kona Comrade MJ Jamin, they are encouraged about your resolve. Ours is to go back and inspire even more sources and explain to them that it is criminal that there could be a man who will earn 5 million rand when they don't have innings and measure. As you know, comrades, we're a country that by and large now rely on donations. Some few countries donated kwakhiwa kwe-new wing lapha eBhabane Government Hospital, Comrade Maisi. Kunemibhedze lapha nefurniture lesolo isemaplastiki that has never been opened or used because kude bonus nabodokotela. So there's just the structure. Because when this Swedish government, South Korea, Taiwan, whatever, donated for the construction of the structure and the Mufagi furniture, they thought that government was then going to use that to provide disabled to ensure Maswati access healthcare. Good, and Comrade Shaba is here. When Comrade Amos Benz was moved to Babane Government Hospital, before he was to be repatriated to South Africa, we had to put funds together, being requested by the medical team attending to him, because the medication that he needed was not there at the hospital. Comrade Shaba or Comrade Wadile had to rush to the pharmacy, including very bad medicine. That is what our people are subjected to. That is what the struggle is about. The struggle is about bringing dignity back to our people. The struggle is about restoring the pride of Emaswati that have been known for a long time, that have been systematically stripped by royal aristocrats. We must continue, comrades, to work side by side. We are very happy. Before the president of Swahili was jetting out, he contacted us to say, comrades, I will be leaving to the United Kingdom. What are the issues that you think we must raise? Please also furnish us with some of the contacts, because we know you are old liberation movement, we have networks, so that when you are there, we can tell them what is happening. That is how we want to work together, collectively and collaboratively. We